Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a blessed morning. I just wanted to get on here and I don't even know what this is, but this word has been in my spirit for, I guess, almost the entire week. And it's from Daniel. I was really just looking in the word, and funny, I was watching a preaching on YouTube. And then right after I got off that, I went on a prayer line, and funnily the minister was speaking from the same word. I was like, Lord, this cannot be a coincidence. I just feel in my spirit like you're just speaking to me as relates to this word. But I was looking in Daniel 1, and so the first chapter was speaking about the fact that the king had made a table for the children of Israel. And, when they called for them to come, Daniel asked that, he and I think it was 3 others, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were allowed to eat, not off the king's table, but eat vegetable and fruits, right? So they wouldn't be eating what everybody else was eating. And just imagine, this is the king, right? He is who is in control of everything. And normally, whatever the king says, everybody does, right? However, in this case, Daniel took a stand and he was like, no. Because what we have to understand here, the scripture didn't say that Daniel was on a fasting or anything. The scripture says that the king was having a feast. So I'm not gonna say, okay, Daniel was doing a fruit and vegetable fast. I'm not gonna say that. What I'm getting from this is the fact that sometimes you will see a pretty table before you, and based on the status of the person, you would be quick to jump and dine and jump and eat and do everything with them. And knowing that you are a child of God, knowing that not everything that they do, you are able to do. I always say to my friends, unsaved, they can do a lot of stuff and they do get away with it. But Christians cannot. We cannot do everything and get away with it. Because as the scripture said, to whom much is given, much is required. Right? But what really jumped out at me is the fact that the scripture says, I think it's in verse 17, that they, in their minds, the other persons will be eating meat and everything that maybe in their thought, in their own mind, they're saying everything delicious or everything healthy, or not even healthy, but the most top foods, right? But Daniel said, you know what, we're not gonna eat from that table. How many of us know that there are people out there, they are very wealthy, and they're up there, they're up in the class, and they are eating certain stuff, and a lot of times these are the same type of foods that they would give to their idols, because a lot of them, they're worshiping other stuff, other fake gods, and these are foods that they would give to their idols, right? And so they would give it to you to eat. And if you don't have the spirit of discernment, then maybe you won't see that. However, but the scripture in verse 17 says that when Daniel and the others didn't eat anything except for vegetable and fruits for 10 days. And I don't think it's so much about the eating or what they were eating, because now I'm not going to even think about normal food, but spiritual things. A lot of times we go on social media, we go on Facebook, right? And we are surfing through, we are going through, and the things that are on social media, we are literally eating it up. We are literally eating it up. And it is just coming into our system. And so it comes in. The spirit man is like, the spirit man is dying. So it comes in and we keep on pulling it in. And it comes in. So there are things that you eat spiritually with your eyes. As the scripture, the Bible said that these are our gates to our souls. So our eyes, our ears, our mouth. So the enemy attacks through these, right? Even with smell, with nose, right? So we have to be very careful. We have to guard our spirit. And so You go on social media. Sometimes, to be honest, I'm not saying you, me too. Let me tell you this. I am not exempting myself because I have to be praying and asking the Lord for the grace. Grace? Lord, give me the grace to be able to just literally stay off of some things. Because you are scrolling and the things that you are seeing, you would be wondering like, oh my God, everywhere I go I see these things. And it can be very damaging. And so the scripture says that for the 10 days that they didn't eat these things, they didn't eat from the king's table. Some people would say, what? The king's table? Me, I'm putting on my best dress. I'm putting on my best suit. Right? Because I'm going to be sitting with the king. But which king do you really want to sit with? Because the real king, the real kings of all kings is Jesus Christ. So are you willing to put away stuff and even put away people so you can sit with that king? So the scripture says that when they ate the fruits for the 10 days, the fruits and the vegetables for the 10 days, the Lord blessed them with so much, right? They were more intellectual with the things of the spirit, right? They were able to interpret dreams. They were able to deal with things on another spiritual level. That, guys, let I tell you this, things are very much spiritual as it is in the physical. And what we have to recognize is that every single thing begins in the spirit. So if we can master the things of the spiritual, if we can get, discernment, if we can allow the Lord to just, tutor us into the things of the spirit, that way he can guide us and he can say, you know what, Latia, this and this will be happening whenever. He shows you this in a vision. Are you just sitting down and he gives you a word from the Bible or something and he giving you stuff in the spiritual? That way you can counteract what will be happening in the physical. Because I tell you, and kid you not, it happens first in the spiritual before it happens in the physical. So I'm saying to us, not you, but to us, let us, focus on spending more time with the king, or the real king, who can give you everything, not just the physical things, but also the spiritual things. Because if you can receive both the spiritual and the physical, and guess what? You will be filled, and you and I, we will live a fulfilled life. And we won't be naive and we won't be foolish in this world. And we will be able to survive this world. So let us just think on these things. This is a long video and I was trying to get it shorter, but that didn't work. But I just wanted to really express that to somebody this morning. Because in the time that we're living in, we have to choose what we're gonna spend most of our time on. Choose what is most important or what is most beneficial to you. I know people might think is the bling that you see in the everyday life, the bling that you're seeing in the physical is most beneficial. But remember, at the end of the day, all of these things that we see, they're gonna whittle away. Because the scripture says the things that we see, they are temporal. But the things that we cannot see, they are eternal. So let us focus more on the spiritual stuff. God bless you this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful, God-filled day.